everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer. I am a little bit chilly. My hoodie is missing. And I know I have like 1,000 shawls I could throw on right now, but I kind of just am in the mood for my hoodie. I think Mr. Cinnamon probably wore it to work. Last year, I bought 2 hoodies, one for me and one for him. I bought them oversized because I like big giant hoodies that I can throw on and take little man to school in the morning and not have to put on a bra, not have to deal with any of that. So I like a really big giant hoodie with big pockets for like my cell phone and the keys and whatever else I decide to throw in my pockets, And I woke up this morning and it was 27 degrees. Now that might not be a big deal to most of you, but I just got back from Florida yesterday. And in Florida, it was in the 80s, and now it's 27 degrees. I was freezing. I couldn't find my slippers. I have blisters on my feet from walking so much in Florida, so I didn't want to put on my tennis shoes. And so I was like putting on flip-flops. No hoodie, because I can't find it. I had it on last night when I ran to the post office to get my Happy Mail. So I'm confident that Mr. Cinnamon took it to work. Why he doesn't have his own hoodie on, I don't know. I even bought them different colors. His is black, mine is navy blue. You guys don't really care about any of that. And because of the weather shift, my allergies are going to go full tilt. Like, I got so much issues. Anyway, yeah. This is going to be a vlog. This is going to be just me rambling, me talking about whatever I feel like talking about. So if you don't like those kind of videos, you can turn it off. There's going to be some crochet and knitting content in here because I just want to talk about a few things. But yeah. So yeah, we went to Florida. And it is the first time that my little sister has ever been to Florida. And I said this in a previous video. She's never been further south than like Knoxville, Tennessee. And so it was kind of cool. She left Michigan. Now, I used to live in Michigan. So the trip from Michigan to Florida is 18 hours, I believe. So it's 2 very long, hard days. And she's 7.5 months pregnant. And baby girl is 3. And she's never been in a car ride that long. I mean, she's been to the train. She's been on the train ride here, which is 9 hours. Well, actually, no. I think the train ride here is like a day and a half. But she's been in a car ride here 9 hours, but like 2 full days like that. So I was trying to give my sister as much tips as possible on like how to handle all that. There's a lot of you have to get out and walk because if not, when you're pregnant, your feet are going to swell and all that. And drink lots of water and avoid salt and make sure baby girl gets out of the car so she's not, strapped down all day. And yeah, it was an interesting trip. There were some ups and downs. I'm just going to say this. There are some people that you can travel with, and there's some people you should not travel with. We had a little bit of that going on. My brother-in-law, Mr. Paprika, is not someone I intend to travel with again. That could happen. But, I mean, I don't have any hard feelings on him, but my older sister, I can't travel with her either. I mean, I don't get along with her right now anyway. We used to really get along before everything kind of broke. I can't travel with her. Oh my God, she complains about everything. Everything. My mom was really bad to travel with. I hated traveling with my mom. And the bad part with that is I got married in California, even though me and Mr. Cinnamon were living in Michigan. So it was a 3-day train ride with my family. Baby Paprika, my older sister, did not come to my wedding. And my mom and my dad, which were still together at the time. Yeah, that was not... I don't travel well with most of my family. No. My little sister, baby Paprika, was fine. Everything was good. We had a good time. We laughed a lot. But the problem is, I had intended on making some videos with her while we were together. That didn't happen. I was going to make a video for this channel of her opening her gifts from... Some of you guys had sent her gifts. That didn't happen. I was going to make a video with her for the Lilo N Stitches channel, which is a Disney traveling vlog. That didn't happen because I figured, hey, like, this would be a really good video. Let's talk about visiting Disney while pregnant. And she was very pregnant. And honestly, the trip was so uh, eventful. Like, there was a lot of go, go, go. But even when there was downtime, like, it was just, I didn't feel like making videos. I didn't feel like working. I didn't feel like any of that. And I don't think she did either. I think we just really needed a break from like life, because there's a lot going on between her life and my life and just life in general. And there was some stuff, but all in all, it was a really good trip. And okay, one of you lovelies, her screen name is Be Creative something. I don't remember. I'm so sorry that I forgot your screen name. And I'm not going to say her personal name because I'm just not going to. Okay, her screen name is Be Creative. I am positive she will watch this video and she will comment somewhere below because she comments a lot. I was walking through Epcot and Mr. Cinnamon was off. He was filling up my popcorn bucket. I really, really like popcorn. I really like popcorn. My teeth don't like it, but I love popcorn, And so he was filling up my popcorn bucket. So me, Juju, little man, baby Paprika, little baby girl, Adora, and my brother-in-law. We were walking through Epcot. And Mr. Cinnamon was walking the other way to get me popcorn, but we were going to meet him at the Finding Nemo ride. And we're walking along, right? And I hear, Cinnamon Stitches! And I was like, what the heck? So I turned around. And one of you lovelies was sitting off to the side, I think with her husband. And so I turned around, her whole face was lit up, which, it tickled me. And so I was like, hi. And I walked over to her, she's getting up and she's all, can I please hug you? Is that okay? I was like, yeah, I'm vaccinated. I'm cool. I don't have worries anymore about any of that. I'm still cautious, but I stopped being able to use hand sanitizer a long time ago because of my skin issues. Like, if I'm gonna catch corona again, I'm gonna catch it, whatever. And I'm not showing any symptoms, so I'm like, I'm gonna hug her. I'm back to wanting to hug people, and I feel safer. I may be wrong. Don't come at me in the comments. So I gave her a hug, and she was, fangirling a little bit. She was very excited to see me. And she gave a message to Juju. She's all, you just keep making those beautiful stitch markers. You're doing such a good job. And she was, I recognize you to little man, and I recognize baby Paprika, And so we were talking for a minute. And I was like, you want to take a picture? And she's all, I didn't even think about it. I was so excited. And so we took a little picture. And then I think her family started to walk up because, I don't know, about 4 or 5 people, came up and surrounded where she was sitting. And they were all looking at me very strangely. So I was like, I'm going to go. Have a good day. Because I felt really awkward at that moment. Because I don't know. I don't know if these people know that she watches me. Or who the heck I am. Or who is this person talking to my mom. Or whatever. And I don't know that it's her kids or whatever. But it was just a weird situation. So we walked away. And little man was so excited. Because we got recognized, and he's all, it's like we're famous. And he was gushing the whole day. He couldn't wait for his dad to join back up with us 2 minutes later, and for him to tell the story to his dad that a subscriber found it. He was so excited. He was so excited. It was so funny. But it was a weird moment because for a minute I did feel like a superstar, oh my god, it was such a neat moment. And at the same time, it's kind of weird because I'm not used to people fawning over me, I mean, you guys, I get a lot of amazing comments and emails and letters and cards and stuff, but in person, I've only been recognized in public a handful of times, and it's just every time I don't know what to do or I don't know what to expect, but it is the coolest thing ever. So if you ever see me in public, you scream out Cinnamon Stitches, I will turn around. I will turn around, I will come and talk to you because that is the coolest thing ever for me. So that is what happened while we were at Disney World. My eye is leaking. And no, I'm not crying today. I'm just this is an allergy thing. My eyes do this wonderful thing when I have an allergy attack. Obviously, I have a lot of drainage. I can hear it in my throat. My eye will just nonstop leak, and it will look like I'm crying. We were at the car dealership with my older sister one time. She was buying a car with her tax money, you know. And so Mr. Cinnamon, being the amazing person that he is, he's like, I'll come with you. I'll help you purchase a car. I'll help you pick out a car, you know. Just one of the many millions of things he's done for her. Excuse me. And I was sitting off to the side because it's not my business. I just came along for the ride, you know. I was taking care of the kids. And my eye was just leaking and leaking and leaking. And at this point, my face started to swell up and turn red. My whole eye. And one of the car salesmen comes up to me and he's all, ma'am, are you okay? And he thought I was crying because, I don't know, maybe I couldn't afford to buy a car or something. I don't know. I'm sure they see weird stuff, you know. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just my allergies, you know. He looked at me so strange. And I'm like, I can't help it. It's something my body does. So if I start to turn red and puff up, it's because, you know, it's an allergy issue. I wanted to give you an update. I brought my Fierce bag. Forever Fierce bag. This was gifted to me from one of you guys. I did a little travel, yeah. I did a little travel crafting with the idea. If you guys saw last Monday's video, I showed you guys this thing, which had a ball of yarn in it. And I was saying I was so frustrated because it seemed like the ball was not ever getting smaller. And I'm making, oh, there's my lotion. And a bamboo straw. You can tell it just came from Disney, right? Florida. Anyway, so ink pen. Trying to unpack my bag. I'm working on this baby blanket with the Premier butterfly yarn, which I clearly have lost the ball band to. So I was working and working and working and working on this blanket and didn't seem like the ball was getting any smaller. And I was getting really frustrated because I have a whole second cake that I need to put into the blanket. Like, that's what the pattern calls for. And I could not get through that ball for the life of me. And finally, in the 9-hour car drive, I think it was 9 hours the first day. Because for us to drive to Florida is, I think it's a 12-hour trip normally. I mean, we could get there in 10 or 11 hours, but like we make frequent stops because, you know, bathroom breaks, all that stuff. And in the 9 hours we drove the first day, because we stayed at a hotel closer to Florida, probably Georgia, I think we stayed. And it was 9 hours. I'm like, I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to get this little tiny ball taken care of. And so what I did was I put on stitch markers. So I put a stitch marker on after I made that Monday's video, and I was able to put in this much. So that is about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of knitting. And then I came back on the whole trip and I just knit and 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 knit. I finally got rid of that dang ball. So this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about 5 inches of stockinette. No, stockinette? Garter stitch. And I finally feel like I'm making progress. As you can see, I added the second ball in there. I am finally attached to the second cake. I'm finally making progress on this baby blanket. I did show this to my sister, and I let her, because I took it to Florida so that I could work on it. And I'm like, I'm finally making progress. And this is going to be a bigger baby blanket than what I thought it was going to be. I might not do the whole cake. I might add some more inches onto this because I want it to be about 30, 35 inches, I think. I need to measure this. But anyway, if I can get this, because I know how big this section is going to be. I know how big this section. I know you can't see. This is totally a different color than this. There you go. So from here to here, I know how big that section is. So measure this and then add the body of this. And I should be able to guesstimate how big I can make this center section before I start the center stripes. I feel like I'm not making any sense at all. Like my brain is fried. It's fried. So anyway, I finally made progress. And I let my sister, I was like, look, and she's all, oh, it's so pretty. And I was like, no, but you gotta feel it. And she's never had anything knit in her hand. I've never knit anything for her, except the baby items, which I hadn't given to her at this point. And she's like, oh, that's so nice. And she's rubbing it on her face. She's, oh, that's so soft. I was like, okay, good. She loves it. I'm going to keep muscling through. But because the baby is due at the end of January, I am putting this on hiatus till after Christmas because I have some Christmas gifts that I need to start and finish. And as of the recording of this video, I only have 13 days left. 13 days. But I finally found patterns for Christmas stockings that I want to make. I got this one is Jolly Stocking Knit. This was free on Bernat's website, or Yarnspirations. So I have 3 different patterns to choose from. I need to make 4 stockings. Pumpkin Spice, my oldest niece, has decided that she wants nothing to do with me right now. So I'm not going to make her a stocking because I don't believe that she's going to be here for Christmas. She goes through this pattern of, I love you, I need you, I want you to, no, go away. And so that is very hurtful to me. So I'm just going to say that that's what we're going through right now. Her mother very much draws a line in the sand. It's me or it's her. And there's a lot of jealousy issues with my sister and myself. And she hates me for God only knows what reasons. And there's always been jealousy in regards to the way I mother all of the children. I'm going to leave it at that. So I only need to make 4 stockings, my 3 and then myself, because I don't believe she's going to be here because I haven't talked to her since just right after her birthday, which was in October. So, with that being said, there are 3 designs of stockings here. I could absolutely make all 3 of those. I believe that pattern is easy enough. But I also found these from Barocco.com. And what I really want to do is just take this pattern and maybe that pattern and make a stocking. I'm not interested in learning cables right now just because, like, I'm in a time crunch. But I did want to make some stockings. And then I also found this one. So, and this one is knittables.com. So I will try to link these patterns below. Obviously, you're not going to, by the time this video airs, you're not going to have time to make these knit patterns for yourself by Christmas, but like something that maybe you can print off for next year. But these are some of the ideas for the stockings. I'm going to look through and I'm probably going to design my own stockings based off of what those patterns say, because that's just how I roll. But at least I have the patterns printed. I have my yarn is all ready, and I just got a phone Mr. Cinnamon. I was like, how do you feel about sparkle yarn for your stocking? And he was like, I love sparkle yarn. I think it's pretty. And I was like, I love you. You're the best husband in the whole world. So, sparkle yarn it is. Yeah, so something else I started working on in the car. Now, this is kind of a funny story. This is not going to be a pattern no matter how much you beg, cry, plead, or yell at me. So, don't ask. This was a total mistake, but it's turning out into something cool. So I grabbed some of this Worsted 8 baby yarn from Hirschner's off my shelf. I did a review on this yarn. And I didn't know what I was going to make with it. I just said, in case I need a break from the knit blanket while we're traveling, I'm going to bring just 1 ball of yarn and 1 hook. And I'm going to have it in case I cannot fathom knitting, which is exactly what happened on the drive home. So the drive to Florida was fine. It was fine. I was going about my business. I was knitting. I was having a good time. I had a lot of progress done. And on the way home, I was exhausted. I was mentally, emotionally, physically just spent. A trip to Disney is not for the weak of heart. It is very taxing on your body, especially if you have a bigger body or you have health issues that I have. It is very hard on your body to be on your feet all day like that. And just, I was doing stuff like we were playing pool, which I have not played pool in years. And I played so many games of pool, and I used to love it when I was a teenager. Like, I loved going to the bar. I know, I was not legal to be in the bar. I didn't have a license to go into the bar. Like, I would go to the bars and just play pool. I loved playing pool. I still, to this day, love playing pool. We swam in the pool, too, so there was that. But anyway, so on the way home, I was totally doing what I normally do, and I was just crocheting to crochet. There was no pattern in mind. I was kind of thinking I wanted to make a shawl, but I wanted to make a half circle shawl or a semicircle shawl. And so I started making circular, right? So, and it was just, there was no pattern. There was no idea of a pattern. And then as it was going, it started laying funky. And then I held it up to my body to just, look at the shape of the shawl. And the way it was puckering a little bit, it like fit over my boobs, if you will. Like there was a little bit of puckering around where the boobs should be, as if I did it intentionally, which I did not, because like I said, I was just playing. And I was like, this would be a really cute tank top. So I started working on the neckline. So let me back up a little bit. So I added straps, and this is going to be the back of the tank top, which is going to go out and attach under the arms somewhere out here. I know this looks like it makes no sense. This is still very much in the thought process of it, but the way it is going to fit is like this, and the back will come down and attach under the arms, and it is going to be a tank top, which I know does not look real cute right now because it still is like it's just not going to be done for a while. But if you can imagine that as a tank top, and I think I'm going to extend this bottom part out more, obviously, because this ain't going to fit my body. You know what? Let's try this on Brunhilde. All right, so obviously it's not meant for Brunhilde. Brunhilde is a size extra small, but it is going to come under the armpits here and attach. So, and see the way it puckers? That fits my upper body like really well. I think it's going to be an interesting design. So, let me just leave that up there. I'm having fun designing it. And shoot, like I could probably just make it for Brunhilde size, right? Just be almost done with it. So, yeah. There we have it. So that's what I'm working on currently. I'm using a G+ hook, which I think is 4.5 millimeters. So that's what's going on in my world. I also have a couple of yarn orders that I think, because these videos are all out of order, let's be real, I'm recording them and then filing them. I never know. Probably by the time you see this video, I will have already opened a Premier Yarns and a Hirschner's order, and maybe Happy Mail. I have no idea what's planned, because I think this is going to be my Monday video for next week, even though I am recording this on, what is today's date? What is today's? Today's the 13th of December at the recording of this video, but I don't think it's going to upload until next week. Hopefully by then, this shirt, well, I don't even know if I'm going to have time to work on this shirt right now because I need to get started on the stockings because I have 4 to make. I think, though, because the stockings are just very large socks, I think it should take me about 2 days to do a stocking. So because I have 4 to do, I should have those done by the time this video, well, maybe not. They should definitely be done by Christmas. Should definitely be done by Christmas. But I'm excited about getting started on those. I just need to figure out what colors I'm going to make for what person. And actually, I think this one's probably a mini stocking. So I might just have to redesign that pattern altogether. Because I want them to all be the same size, you know. And yes, I know that I could make stockings in crochet, but I've said this in a previous video. I have crocheted stockings from my mother, and I'm not trying to replace them or anything, because I have my stocking that my mom made me when I was a teenager, and then she remade, i.e. took my dad's name off of his stocking and put Chris's name on it and gave it to him, Mr. Cinnamon. Yeah, so Mr. Cinnamon actually has my dad's old stocking that she made for him, but whatever. I'm really excited about this top. I think it's going to be interesting, to say the least. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, or if it's going to look great, or if it's going to look terrible, or I don't know. We're just kind of playing that by ear, but yeah, I wanted to pop in and give you guys an update on what was going on, and I have so much to do in the next 2 weeks. I have so much to do. Hopefully by the time this video airs next Monday, it will have been done, because I need to decorate for Christmas. We haven't decorated for Christmas. We have my tree up in my bedroom, which is, it's just a little plastic tree. It had lights already on it. And the only thing that's on that tree is I have some homemade crocheted ornaments that you guys have sent me, which I love. I got a couple of those I think it was last year. I haven't gotten any this year so far. But I got a couple of those on my ornament, or on my tree, and then I have a bunting that I made that is, it's got a Santa applique on it, and I don't remember what else, stockings maybe, little mini stockings. But I really like doing like little crochet ornaments. If I had more time, I would just fill that with crochet ornaments. I would love that. And then we have our tree, our big tree up in the living room, which is also a plastic tree, which is only a year old because we've always done real trees. But the costs have been like ridiculous. Like I cannot fathom putting out $150 to go get a Christmas tree. And it's going to die anyway. So we spent $80 and got one from Walmart last year, and it's beautiful, but it has no ornaments on it. So we have to get the ornaments out and decorate, and we have not decorated the outside of our house at all. And we like to go full Griswold. Like we do the whole outside. We light it up, and all these beautiful houses are decorated in our neighborhood, and our house is dark, and it's so depressing. But I'm also not really in the Christmas spirit, and I don't know why. I'm really struggling with it this year, and even Mr. Cinnamon said he's not in the Christmas spirit at all. This year just feels really weird and off. And so I don't know. I'm not positive that traveling this close to Christmas was a good idea. Because now there's so much pressure and stress, and I know that I don't have to do it all. I know that. But I really like it. I like turning my house into like a winter wonderland. I really love that. And so it's just going to be busting my butt. So that's why I'm trying to get these videos out and pre-recorded, so that I still have content. You guys still have videos. I'm still here every day. But again, I have missed 2 Thursdays now, and there may be more videos missing just because it's the holidays, and it's, you know, life. So, hi Oreo. What were you doing outside? You got mud on your nose. Anyway, I think that is it for today. We're almost at a half an hour. So I will let you guys go, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.